All right. So on this first three multi-view drawings, again, these are completion only. Going to these next two, I did shade these to kind of give you some assistance, and those are on my website, so you can retrieve those. Again, one thing you're going to notice is that you have some, it's not totally clear, but on the top of this object, you can see that you do have a green and a purple stripe, as well as on this one and this face. And the reason that I'm kind of saving these for another demo and giving you guys a in-class head start with the demo on these is because this is where you actually see multiple faces from one perspective, meaning like from the front in this, I'll see portions of the top and portions of the side as well as the front. So not too difficult, but we'll get there. I did this one. I think this was the first one that we put out for completion only. Things to focus on are making these nicely aligned and making your text size correct and everything else. Did this one also. This was the second one. So make sure that those things are correct, and spend some time looking at them um, on your own. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move this one over. So this would be the second or the third one, I guess, in order. Um, and I think this one is, to me, the easiest. Okay. It's a staircase, and most people can look and envision what a staircase looks at before they ever walk up it, or what they would see if they're standing to the side of it, or whatever. So in this case, the purple, if I look in this way, the purple would be my front. This side, which is yellowish orange, would be my right. And then the green would be my top. I think the easiest way to draw this one is to kind of look at the units. So it's at the biggest it ever is 6 by 3, and then 3 this way. So a 6 by 3 by 3 cube, we could carve this staircase out of. Okay. So in this case, I look over, there's an easy repeating pattern to it. It's once I go over 6 and up 3, I come over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1. So I can really put this thing out fairly quickly. Okay. So I can go over 6. Now I'm at the back right corner on the side of my object. Okay. I can go up 3. And now I'm at the top of the back of the step. Now I can go over 2. And now I go down 1 step, which is a distance of 1. And then over 2 again, and down in a measurement of 1. And then over 2, and down a measurement of 1. Okay. I'm kind of a person who, instead of, especially when you get into technical stuff with decimal places and things like that, I kind of favor entering less numbers, just so you don't fat finger a key or something like that and erroneously change a measurement. So in this case, I would go select those two and copy this from that base point and stick it right there and stick it right there. And that assures me that I haven't made any kind of mistakes as far as my measurements go. So I'm going to move this right out of the way. Again, I kind of like it when you take a construction line or something and put this in there to separate the object. If you want to keep the distance the same, copy the construction line, because you know that the upper view or the top view, let's see, what I'm going to do is just rotate this because I drew that construction line in no particular distance. Now I can use this one as a spacer up here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go to, and again, what's the advantage of the construction lines? When I get done with the drawings, I can just turn them off and I don't have to erase anything. And it also tells me that that is really not a part of the object. It's just something that I used to get somewhere. Okay. So now I'm going to go with object lines. And again, if I look at these steps, now some people will try to draw this and they'll draw a line up 1 and then over and then up 1 and over. We don't want to do that. We just want to give it the biggest. If we look, what's the tallest this object ever gets? It actually gets to be 3. All right. So let me show you what I'm going to do. This is already 3. I'm going to copy it and bring it over. And I'm going to use my offset tool. And I'm going to type in 3. I'm going to click this and bring it over. Okay. And now I'm just going to connect the dots with a line on the bottom. And I'm not going to approximate these. Again, I'm still getting people who are copying stuff or something, or they're drawing lines and they say, oh, I think it's about there. I think it's about there. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing, and I can use copy if I want to. I can go ahead and right click and say copy and select a base point anywhere I want and move in the direction I want to and just say 1 and go up again and say 1 and go up again and say 1. Oops, I didn't drop it that time. Or I use my offset tool, tell it I want it to be a distance of 1, click and go, click and go, click and go, and I'm done. So that would be my front. Okay, if I want to grab, I know I'm going to need these, right? So why not just take these right now and copy them, bring them over to this drawing, and I have them ready to use. And now I just got to do the top. Okay, so the top, again, very straightforwardly, I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. And I know it's 6, right? The length hasn't changed. I know I can offset that 3. And I'm a big fan of the projection method. So when I do this, I use the extend tool, EX spacebar, and I click that as the line I want that to go to. I right click, and then I click, 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 and click. All right. If that's not, and then I just trim out what's shouldn't be there. But if that's not for you, that's fine. Go ahead and take this one. So I've not yet drawn an original line on this at all. Now I'm going to use an offset of 2. How do I know that? Because these are 2. Because I go back and I see this, these steps are 2. Okay. Offset both of those 2. I don't need that. I don't need that. This is my right view. This is my front view. So I'm going to move it. Oops. And you don't want your text touching. We'll get into text a little bit more when we get into dimensioning, but that's that. All right. So I've gone ahead and drawn the whole thing. And again, what do I want to do? Why is it saying save as? Because I hit the wrong button. I hit save. And shoot, I wanted a new file. So just another blank document. I'm going to go back to my AutoCAD drawing. I'm going to zoom in on this. If I wanted to turn in the thumbnail, you're totally welcome to, right? You can go ahead and copy this and stick it right in there. That way, if you hang it on your refrigerator, you got a nice depiction of what you did. Windows button, Shift, letter S. And let me show you actually before I do that. If I zoom in a little bit and then I go Windows button, Shift, letter S, I'm actually going to get a tiny bit better representation. And the tighter the box I draw, the better representation I'm going to get, because when I paste it, I've taken a picture of a bigger object. I'm not enlarging it as much here. I'm doing all my enlargement. I'm doing more enlargement, so I'll have a less pixelated drawing here. Okay. So that's that. All you have to do is turn it in, attach it, and you are good to go. If yours looks like mine, you nailed it.